The dollar value for those, zero. Nothing.
What are you doing up there?
So far, it doesn't look like we're doing very well.
Yes.
But this is the piece I am probably the most excited about. So the wife and I got hired to go and help empty a commercial building of all the junk that's inside of it. But instead of going to the dump, we brought it all home. So today we're going to start the process going through these two trailers and see what we can salvage from it, what still needs to go to the dump, and how much all of that is worth. Hopefully we didn't lose our, you know. Okay, first thing you got to do, got to get the trailer hooked up to the truck. I got to get this stuff drug out around the back because I'm not going to unload it up here. We hauled it home with straps on it, lots of straps on it, but then we took them off to strap down the other trailer full of junk that we brought home. So I got to pull this through the yard, probably at least put one strap on it, so hopefully it makes it over there. Sure. Probably should have done the right thing and just taken it all to the dump like we were supposed to, or like we said we would, or like we should have done. But no, always trying to make something out of nothing. That should get us where we're going. That ain't going nowhere. So we originally had these trailers divided up as we unloaded this building and loaded them onto trailers. This is only one of 3 trailers that we hauled out of their junk just last night. And what we tried to do is separate it as good as we could from things we knew we were going to keep and things that we knew we were going to send to the dump. But the more we thought about it, the trailer full that we loaded onto our trailer that was designated for the dump, we thought we could use some of this for different projects around the house and maybe sell some other things, make a little bit of money. So we're going to go through it, see what we're going to utilize it for, try to see what it's worth, try to see if it's worth any money to us, because we did get paid for this, plus we got to take all the stuff out of it that we wanted, to keep whatever we wanted, plus they're paying for the dump fees whenever we actually do go to the dump. So either way, I think we're going to make out pretty nice, but wanted to see exactly how nice we would make off just hauling junk for one day. So the first things we got up here are just crappy wooden pallets. They're not worth anything, but we can utilize them for something in the short term, and then when we're done with them, firewood. So I'll get these pallets off of here. Yeah! Okay, let's try to keep tally of this. So far we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 wooden pallets off of it. The dollar value for those, zero. They're crap pallets. But we can get some use out of them. So they're still kind of valuable in a way. So next item. I have no idea what this is. Part of a shower surround maybe? I don't know. It's junk. We don't need it. Still $0. Oh, this is like a magazine rack, a display rack. Worth anything to me? No. Metal, maybe, but I don't want to take it apart, so this is going to the dump. Not looking good so far. Piece of sheet metal with a car wash sign on it. I don't know. What does a piece of metal at the hardware store cost these days? This size probably. Oh, what is this? 2x3? I could use that and bend it up for something. Store it up out of the way. I'll call it $10. $10. Metal grate. Not worth anything to me. Dump. 1/4 of a bifold door. Actually, it's 1/2 of a bifold door. 1/4 of the total door is needed on most applications. Junk. Okay, more pallets. I don't think I'm even going to use these. There's big nails sticking up, so I'm taking these to the dump. All right, a couple of random boards. I'm not going to use those. I'm going to throw them in the dump pile. I'm sure it's good for scrap wood, or you could burn it, but it's not worth anything to me. To the dump. I will keep the 6x6. I'll make good cribbing or something in the barn. Keep. Value, nothing. Little piece of corrugated pipe. Nothing. I think this is some sort of roofing tar. Goes on a house, but it's dirty and it's wet. Nothing. Oh my gosh. Leak barrier. Underlayment. Probably for a bathroom, maybe, but I don't need it. Not looking too good, folks. Okay, I think we finally reached some of our first good find of what we're gonna keep. This appears to be like a house siding. It's tapered on the ends from the one side to the other. It could be overlayment, house siding. I'll take you to it because it's heavy and yeah. So we have a whole bunch of this stuff. You can see on the ends how it's tapered. I'm thinking that's some sort of siding, and I would love to build a new building right in here to put all of the tractor implements under. Maybe a bigger shed back here, a lean-to style barn area right here. And all of this would be great for covering it. And we have a lot of it. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 pieces right there. And this is a 20-foot trailer, and it takes up the entire trailer. This is what I'm gonna put on the pallets. Let's see if I can do this by myself. Oh yeah. That one's broke. It was already broke. I just counted them all up. There's 45 boards there, 20 foot long. I'll have to research and see what the value of them is, and then I will put it up on the screen and we will tally all this up towards the end. A couple of them are broken though, so let's just say 40 that are usable and not stained. That'd probably clean up and power wash anyway, but let's just say 40. Okay, what's next? This that used to be like a billboard sign, which is almost broken into two pieces, but connected by a chain. Junk. Oh, that's disgusting. This is where I was really hopeful. We got all these pieces of ladders, but they're broken and not together. This is going to the dump. Another piece. This one was almost good, but not quite. But this big dog right here is in perfect working order. And that's almost a, what, 16-foot ladder? And it extends? Yep. That's a barn find. So let's take a look at what we have left on here. We have this ladder. We have a bunch of vinyl siding corners, metal drip edges. We got some rockin' fender flares, which we only have 3 of, so they're not worth anything. Got a bunch of vinyl siding, but I don't have a need for it, and it's dirty and it's cracked, so I'm just going to get rid of that. We've got 11 sheets of backer board. Some of it is good, some of it is not. We found it sitting outside, dump. And then we got a whole bunch of shingles that were laying outside that we kind of had to dig out of the weeds. I'm sure they'd be good for something, but not for me. Dump. Ooh, forgot about this. I'm keeping this. Big old roll of plastic. I can use that in the barn to keep the garage floor clean while we work. Ooh, some more here too. Got some white, I think that's house wrap. But when you're working in the barn and need something to keep the floor clean, I guess it'll work. So I'm gonna keep that too. Throw that in my very, 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 very small keep pile, with the exception of that over there. The other things we have on here, which I wish they were in better shape, is we have engineered floor joists. Some of them are 16 or so foot long, some of them may be longer, but I don't have a need for them, and they were sitting outside. You can see how they got some damage on them there. So those also, unfortunately, are gonna go to the dump. I don't wanna burn them. I don't have a need for them. Don't wanna unstack them. So off to the dump they'll go. So I just gotta put that stuff back on the trailer, and this will be ready to go to the dump, and we can work on the other trailer, which I know has more gems in it than this one did. All this stuff's going to the dump. The few things I'm gonna keep, I put on the back so I can take it around front. But I think I'm just gonna park the trailer here for a couple days. You can see the sun has already set. It is getting dark. So the other trailer will have to be another day. So far, it doesn't look like we're doing very well. Well, it has been a couple of days since we did the trailer out back. Now we're gonna focus on the trailer right over here, but I'm not gonna show it because this one has what I would consider to be the things that are worth a little bit of value, maybe. Let's get into it, we'll figure it out. We got this. No idea what it is or what they used it for, but I only took it for one reason. Around the back of this, there's some very good 2x4s. I think I counted 11 of them that I can pull out of here, and at almost $4 a piece, that is a savings on my bank account of $44 because I could always use 2x4s. Might use this maybe on the kids' playground, the front of it, but more than likely anything that's not a full, close to 8-foot 2x4 is going to go in the burn pile, but I'll get that done another day. I got to get the rest of this stuff unloaded right now. Next up, chairs. Pretty nice chairs. Tall, nice high back, swivel, all wood. That's a pretty nice chair. But we got more than one chair. We got 4 chairs. And I've been looking at the pricing of these. I wasn't even going to take them, but my wife said, if they're still there when you go back for your second trip, grab them, we'll use them. And I'm pretty glad that I did, because I looked up the price of these, and the cheapest ones I found of this style and wood when they're new was about $108 per chair. And that's for the really cheap ones, and I don't think these are really super cheap ones. So even if we mark these at $100 a piece, $400. Now I just gotta sand them, prime them, paint them, find a place for them. Okay, it's fine. She said so. We got 4 file cabinets. I wasn't exactly sure how much these were worth, so I did some researching, and this one, the brand is Real Space, and most of the ones I found that are 23.5 inches deep, 4 drawer, were around the $300 range, brand new right now. Granted, none of the stuff we have, and any of this is brand new, but if I was going to go and buy one new, even a used one, it's still going to cost money. So I think this is all savings, but $300 brand new, let's call it $200. This one is a brand Hon, H-O-N. And I don't know what the difference is between this one and this one, but this specific model from Hon selling right now $589 for a file cabinet that somebody left and threw away. So let's just say now it's still like the other one, worth about $200. We got $400 worth of file cabinets just in these two. Then you take the 2 shorter ones. This one's more what you'd find in like a commercial business. That one's probably about $200 brand new, so we'll say that's $100. And then this one, that's just a little thin cheap one like you probably find from Walmart. We'll say it's, no, 30 bucks. But that's still $530 worth of file cabinets that I will put in the barn. I will put tools in. I think we're going to take one in the house to store files in, because the only one we have now is full. I would love to paint all these black, but that's a whole different project for a whole different day, because we still got other ones in the barn that I haven't painted black yet. Another goodie we found, we have 1, 2, 3 sheets of sheet metal roofing, 4 foot by 10 foot. I looked these up as well. These are anywhere from $35 to $50 brand new. There's nothing wrong with this. There's about $150 worth of sheet metal right here. I don't have any projects planned for it at the moment, but I have a few things in mind. I'm sure there will be future videos of how we are going to utilize some of this barn roofing metal. Well, we only have a few things left on the trailer, and they're kind of too big just to take off and move around real easily, so we're going to leave them on here, and I'm going to show them to you while they're sitting on the trailer. First, we have half of what was a gazebo. We cut the tops of this off because it was kind of rotten after that point. Broke it down and got rid of it, but we got this really cool wire kind of thing in here that I'm sure I'll be able to use for something. Nothing else. Got me some good posts. Got about 4 foot 4x4s at each corner. But we did get some of these cool little stringers, and those things are not cheap either. They're about $5 a piece according to Menards. So we have about $70 worth of just that little decorative piece of railing right there and all those pieces. Now, I don't know anything about stone, but I think what we have is 3 giant slabs of granite. That one's heavy, and that's not even the biggest one. This one is broke here on this end. It's been snapped, but that can be cut and repolished. The other one right here, it's a little bit smaller, but there's nothing wrong with it at all. It's a perfect piece. It's probably 4 foot long or so, 1.5 by 4, somewhere in there. This baby, that's the nice one. You can tell it used to be part of a countertop because it's got a little cutout here. This edge is not polished up, so this is where a seam was, but you could probably take that, somebody could take it and cut it and polish that. Let's see. Here we go. Oh gosh. Nope. Well, let's see if we can do this one piece at a time. Honey!
What?
Need help. Bring your giant muscles in here. I'm going to tip it up and slide it gently onto the gravel so I can get underneath it. Ready? We're going to tip it up. Don't have your hand under it. Just like that. Gosh, that's heavy.
Yeah, just that little thing.
Where are we going to put it? Around the side of the barn?
Yes.
Okay. Oh my goodness. Same thing. Tip it up, set it down. Tip it up, set it down. Not as bad as the other one. Okay. Now we can see if we can get this one up. Yeah, there we go. So I got to try to hold this so it don't fall. But this is this countertop. It's probably, I don't know, I guess I could measure it. It is about 36 inches by 6 foot wide. It's a nice top. This edge has been glued to something, maybe to the other piece that's over there. I think they look the same, maybe. So we'll go take a look at these other two pieces. But that's about 3 foot, 18 inches by 3 foot. It's in perfect condition. And then we got the bigger one. That's about 24 inches, and it's about 5 foot to the lower point here of the break. So that's a good 2 by 5 piece. I don't even know what kind they are. I don't know if they're granite or quartz or what these things are, but they're heavy and they're nice. So we have about 32 square feet if you add all the pieces together at $50-ish a square foot. What was that?
$1,600.
$1,600 worth of countertops that we have absolutely zero use for. But somebody will, at some point, put those on Marketplace or something. Somebody will snag those up pretty quickly, I hope. Now, hopefully somebody can help me out with these. I have no idea what these things are. When I first saw them, I thought they were part of a tractor implement. Then I thought they were part of a drawbar, something or other. But I think it's some sort of a display stand. But it's got 1/4 inch thick steel plate, runs along the bottom. And then it's kind of got that V shape right there, Y shape. It's got these sticking out. And there's 2 of them. So monetary, I don't know, if you looked at the steel, maybe $50 worth of steel. Cut those off and grind it. Could use that plate for something. I'm sure I'll be able to find something to use that for, but probably maybe $100 worth of stuff there. But this is the piece I am probably the most excited about because I've been looking at these. I wanted one. They're super useful. I was too cheap to spend the money to get one, and it just so happened there was one sitting in the back of the lot where this building was. So I took it. We have a ballast box with a drawbar. Drawbars are about $30. I didn't see a brand name on this anywhere. I've been looking, but even a cheapest one, like maybe a Vivor one or something, which I wouldn't buy, is $200 to $300, and it's in perfect condition. There's, I don't know, a scuff here or there, but it is in perfect condition. And it's been set up with category 2 pins. Those are 25 bucks a piece. So I got $400 worth of ballast box and equipment right there. I don't need those pins because I got a category 1 hitch on mine, but I still have them. So after I finished going through everything, I went in the house, got on the computer, started looking up all the prices of this, reviewing all the footage, what I had said the prices were, and I come up with a list of retail value of most of these items. Now granted, none of these items are new. They will not go for full retail, but if you were going to buy this stuff, that's what it's going to cost. Of course, there's flea markets and garage sales and wherever else you can get this stuff, probably a lot cheaper. But the list I have went off of the retail of these items just to see if there's really any value in clearing out old buildings or pulling a Sanford & Son and collecting junk. So the first piece was that little piece of aluminum or metal. It is about $10. The siding I found was about $30 per board for the 20-foot boards. We had 40 of them. That is $1,200. The ladder goes for about $130 at Menards or Home Depot, so I just put that as $100. There's nothing wrong with the ladder. It's hard to ruin a good aluminum ladder. 2x4s are about $4 a piece. There's 11 of them. That is $44. The chairs, I kept researching those. Every one I come up with was over $100. They're not in brand new condition, but we are going to refinish them anyway. But to buy that chair is minimum $108. I said $100. We got four, $400. File cabinets, here's the one where I struggle, because I know that I've seen file cabinets at the flea market for like $50. And the price that are listed on these are way higher than $50, but most of them, the two big ones, are in great shape. There's nothing wrong with them. They look brand new, pretty much outside and inside. But the total on the file cabinets was $530. The sheet metal, I was pretty much spot on. It's about $150 for those 3 sheets of sheet metal. The deck rails are in the $60 to $70 range, depending on where you go, if you get a rebate, so on and so forth. The granite, the stone, that's another one that I kind of struggle with. I don't know anything about it, don't know how much it costs, never looked at it, never owned it, don't know. But we figured it's somewhere around the $1,600 range. Now, currently, we don't have any use for it. We might sell it. I'm sure we can get $300 or $400 out of it. As I had further discussions with my wife, she said one of those might make a really good outside grill top for like a nice outdoor area. So might hang on to at least one of those, try to sell the other ones. Not really sure if we'll get anything for them. Those weird triangular Y-shaped metal pans or metal stands, I still don't know what they are. I can't find anything on them, don't know what they're for, but the metal plates on it have to be worth something, so probably around $100. The ballast box, the one thing that I was super excited to see sitting in the back of this building. It's a nice one. There's nothing wrong with it. It's clean. It's got the drawbar on it. It's got the pins on it. It's got spots to put tools in it. It's not rusted. It's got the area underneath it for the pallet forks to go through it. They are legitimately about $300. So that whole little combo there with everything come up to about $380, which it's amazing somebody would leave that behind. And then we had a few other little miscellaneous parts here or there. We had the house wrap and the black tarps and things I was going to use. So we probably had about $50 worth of stuff, just miscellaneous little things here and there that I didn't really put a price on, but we kept it, we could utilize it, it's got some value. So all of that combined came up to, are you ready for it? $4,600 worth of stuff that we hauled out of that building that was just going to go to a landfill. That's an astonishing number to me. I can't believe that somebody just leaves that stuff. Of course, I'm the one that can't believe that somebody would just leave something sitting out in the field and let it rot, whether it be a car or a tractor implement or a lawnmower or whatever it may be. To have it and just let it sit there and rot and not do something with it or make something from it or see that there's some value in it. But everybody's different. So some are going to argue it's not retail, it's used, it's junk, whatever. But this is all stuff that I could use, and I repeatedly buy a lot of this stuff for projects around the house, minus the marble and the weird stands. So it's not exactly in the monetary value, it's future savings maybe, it's what you can do with the material. It is the making something out of nothing. 100%, another man's trash is another man's treasure. I found a lot of treasure in it, and I'm happy that we did it. Will we do it again? If the guy calls and wants more help, I guess we will, but we still got stuff to take to the dump. We still got to find places for all the stuff that we kept. It's kind of scattered around. I took the sheet metal and covered up the wood and put some sandbags over the top of it to keep it protected, the wood siding. So let us know your thoughts on this. Am I way off in my figures for retail? Am I way off on what I could use it for? Am I way off on what we might be able to sell some of it for? Put it down in the comments. Let us know. Got any ideas for what we could use some of this stuff for? Put it down in the comments. Happy to engage in any conversation with people who have done this for a long time, experts on these products, what they're able to do with it, their backstories, what they've done before. Put it down in the comments, and I'm looking forward to having that conversation. But for now, I think that's going to do it. Hope you enjoyed. Hopefully you learned something. We appreciate you watching very much. Hopefully we'll see you on the next one.
You want to take it down? What are you doing up there? Okay.
Ah, that'll be better.